Shutdown, I would like to ask Ms. Patrice Shelton, community health worker with the Richmond Henrico Health District, to kick us off. And then we will go to Mr. Nesmith with the RRHA.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Hillside Core community, one of the 6 family sites for Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority. So definitely want to talk about food and how important food is to our communities. Today is going to be a great day with Feed More continuous partnership with our communities, along with the Richmond City of Richmond and the Richmond Henrico Health Department are doing this collaboration to get food out to our community today, because you know statistics state that kids that do not have food cannot think, the brain is not active correctly. So we want to make sure that we understand that that's a less stress when we have food into our communities. It's one less thing that our families have to worry about, and it helps because even if you get subsidized stamps, it's sometimes not enough to hold for a community for a month. So when Feed More brings out food to our communities, it really helps them to get over a hump. And it's very important for educational nutrition. Feed More tries to make sure that the foods that come out to the communities are in those nutrition realms. And so we definitely want to appreciate all of that, along with other partners that are partnering with these initiatives is Chesterfield and Henrico as well. But we want to definitely, welcome everyone. We want to definitely make sure that we put the light on how important food is to the communities and making sure that we know the partners that are collaborating, because when we work together, we can get more resources out to the community. And if we work in silos, a lot of things get missed and dropped. So definitely appreciate everyone for coming out, everyone that's going to support, even along with the names that I named before. I cannot leave out the Hillside community that volunteers every month to make sure that the food gets back out into their community, because we have learned that finances are not the only assets that you can have. And so when our community members give their time, that is a great asset as well. And so we want to make sure that we thank them and appreciate them as they give out the food as well. So thank you, welcome, and I will pass it on to Mr. Stephen.
We've got a huge turnout of folks who are involved in these efforts. I'm going to ask everybody if you can shift over. Come on, folks. So maybe, Shonda, if you want to step forward. Go ahead.
Y'all being shy. Everybody, just come on.
Come on. Let's go. You guys lead the way and we're here. Filling in. Please fill in.
All right, ambassadors.
Y'all like your cousins?
Great. Okay. Mr. Nesmith.
Good morning, everyone. Today, obviously, you see behind us, this is a stance of unity, a stance of togetherness from the mayor, our great mayor, members of city council, elected officials from the General Assembly, those who feed and care for public housing residents and the residents throughout the entire city of Richmond. Today, I come to speak about the impacts to public housing residents. Yes, the shutdown has caused some financial disruption to the Richmond Redevelopment Housing Authority. It is because the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, that is our regulator from whom we get our funding. We've had some disruptions in our funding, but it's critical that there is a resolution and agreement in Washington, D.C. to this. Our public housing residents, we are happy to say that for the months of November and December, we do have funding, but it may cause some disruptions and for us to continue to pay our bills, to continue to have funding for public housing residents who need funding for self-sufficiency and to be able to sustain themselves. And so I stand here in solidarity with all our partners and asking and hoping and praying that there is a resolution and agreement to this shutdown, and so that we can go about the business of providing the critical needs to our public housing residents and our residents throughout the city. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all of our partners. The mayor, thank you for your leadership, for your staff. Mr. Donna, all of your staff that is here, all of us that are working together, for the leadership and the guidance that we have gotten from the city, with working aggressively to put alternative plans in place to address here again Richmond facing another crisis that is beyond our imagination that we would be facing. I want to thank all of these folk that are standing behind us. Let's give them a hand. And I want to particularly thank Patrice also. Patrice has been working in Hillside for as long as I have known Hillside. And she does a fabulous job with leading this community and taking care of the residents here. Most of the partners that are here today are not first-time partners. They've been here all along, and I've seen the wonderful work that the residents of Hillside are doing on a regular basis to address needs in the families, but also to be neighbors with each other. And so I just want to, on behalf of City Council, to thank all of our partners, and also to say to the residents that live here, and every resident that live in the city of Richmond, hunger is not anything that we should have to deal with in the city. And when we have a system that is willing to shut down access to food in Richmond, in this community, in the United States, we've got a big problem. And I can assure you that your leaders, including myself and all of us that are here today, we don't take this charge lightly. And we are about the business of putting some things in place to make sure that we have a government that is accountable and responsible to the people, and feel that taking food out of children's mouths, any family's mouth, is not an acceptable process for the United States of America, certainly not for Richmond, and certainly not for all of our residents that are depending on that. So with that, I want to ask Delegate Jones, that may not be delegate much longer, but to come forward.
Or no, won't be none. First of all, good morning, everybody. I'm Delegate Michael Jones. I represent the 77th District, which is parts of Richmond, parts of Chesterfield. To Mayor Avula, CAO Odie, Donald, just want to thank them for leading in this. For Dr. Danny Avula and I, this isn't new. We are men of faith, and there was a question asked in Matthew's Gospel: when I was hungry, you fed me. And they said, when did we feed you? And he said, when you've done it to the least of these, you've done it unto me. And so I believe there is a Christian mandate, a community mandate, and also a government mandate, whether it be local or state, to feed those who are in need. And so I did that on my time in City Council, along with Churchill Downs, when they came in and established Rosie's in the 9th District. We put together a series of community benefit agreements, and a part of that was based on an old movie called New Jack City, where a certain character handed out turkeys in the community. I said I wanted to do that. And I said it tongue in cheek, and they came back and they gave us 1,000 turkeys to hand out, and we've been handing them out for about 4.5, 5 years. Then when I went to the General Assembly, I used used a reference that Churchill Downs understands. I said, hey, it's time to double down. If I'm going up a little higher, let's double down. And so last year they gave us 2,000 turkeys to hand out on the south side and surrounding areas. And this year, again, November 22nd, we'll be handing out another 2,000 turkeys. Patrice reminded me of that when I walked up, that hey, we'll be here to get it. This is the first time that we actually had so many signups that we ran out even before we hit November. We are in a crisis. No American should go to bed hungry. I've traveled the world and I've seen in third world countries where people struggle to put food on the table. We should not have that as a testament here in the Commonwealth of Virginia or in the United States of America. And I'm glad that the city of Richmond, that all of our partners here, Feedmore, that they are serious about feeding those who are in need. Thanksgiving is just one time a year, but I tell you what, when you remove a $30 or $40 price tag off of a family, that allows them to get something else. That allows them to reposition and reallocate those dollars. And so that's why I'm here. That's why we're here celebrating. That's why we're here serving, because as we do it to the least of these, we do it to so many people that are in positions of power and influence who are in need of the same testimony and witness, that we should join in with this mandate to feed those, to clothe those, and to house those that are in need. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Pastor Jones, and thank you all for being here this morning. Good morning for some preaching. Hey, I really appreciate you all coming out. You know, this is really about showing solidarity in a time of uncertainty, in a time of anxiety, in a time of instability, in a time of crisis. These are the times where we and all of our partners need to come together to address those needs in our communities, right? You've already heard from folks in the health district, from RRHA, from our city council, from our state partners, and I just want to also recognize Senator Bagby, who just got here. You should join us up here, and also congratulate Delegate Jones and Delegate Cousins for your success in your election this past week. We're going to need the state a lot as partners moving forward, but we are going to need to rely on each other. And so I really am incredibly proud of our city and our entire region for coming together. You know, just last week, many of you joined us at a different announcement, and where the region actually came together, Richmond, Henrico, and Chesterfield, to support and ramp up Feedmore's ability to purchase and distribute food in our community. And I cannot say enough about what incredible partners Feedmore have been. Dennis, you're here? Dennis Hatchett is the new CEO of Feedmore. Came up here from Charlotte. Dennis and I got to spend some time together this summer, handing out meals together, and just knowing his heart and his expertise in moving an operation forward. And there's other Feedmore members of the team here. But you know, this is a time where Feedmore had already been facing record utilization, and we've asked them to do more. And they have absolutely shown up and stepped up and just done incredible work. So thank you, Feedmore, for the work that you've done here in our city. You know, this has come out of daily calls with our human services team, our regional partners, Feedmore, and so many other partners that have really been able to, you know, scale up their operation through 300 different pantries around the city and the region. I also want to acknowledge the incredible work of our neighborhood engagement team. I see some of you guys wearing your jackets here. Thank you guys so much. The neighborhood engagement team has been out in communities, on the ground, door to door, engaging people, sharing information in a time that, again, this is very uncertain. Things are changing every day. We have needed the presence of our Office of Neighborhood Engagement to get the good word out and help people know where they can go for resources. We've also had a handful of volunteers that have plugged into the effort, and so I want to shout out our CERT, our Community Emergency Response Team. And for anybody who's listening, if you are interested in joining the CERT and adding to that volunteer corps, we certainly have a role for you. There's absolutely more that we can and are going to need to do in the weeks and months to come, and it is all about working together. We've talked a lot about ways, as people have called or reached out and said, how can we help? We've talked a lot about ways that you can help. Food and money are great ways to support the work that Feed More is doing. They will take your money, they will take your food donations, they will turn that into more meals for more people. And so go to the Feed More website for more information on that. We also consolidate everything we're doing in this space at our website, go.rva.gov/snap. As a way to understand how we are coming together to address food insecurity in our community. I'm also thankful to the state. The state has already chipped in a very significant way. Virginia is the only state in the country where state dollars were actually put in to fill the SNAP gap, the nutritional assistance gap that has been caused by this federal shutdown. So this week, those residents who are on SNAP should receive a weekly allotment of the Virginia Emergency Nutrition Assistance Program, the VINA program. And so that should, today's Friday, so for the different phases of people who get nutritional assistance, that will come in weekly allotments this week, it will come in next week, and the state will continue to make decisions based on what's happening with the federal government. Obviously, we have seen the news that the federal courts have required the federal government to reinstate those SNAP dollars, but we also know that these systems don't just get shut on and off easily, and so it may be days or weeks even before that flow starts to return. And so we really need to mobilize at the local and state level to help fill those gaps. So very thankful again to our state partners for helping fill that need through VINA. So much amazing activity happening around food security, but there are also other needs. And so I think about kids who are really vulnerable and are being impacted. And again, our partners in the school system, you'll hear more from Superintendent Cameras shortly, but the work the school system has done in moments of crisis, they were amazing during COVID. They are doing incredible work now through their RPS Cares campaign, which you'll hear more about. But as a dad, as an RPS parent, as a pediatrician, I can't overstate the importance of meeting kids' needs, and both for their health, their well-being, their attentiveness in schools, and RPS has done really remarkable work that you'll hear more about. Housing is another significant need right now, and so we've had incredible partners that have stepped forward in this time of uncertainty. As the temperatures drop, we are making sure that every Richmond resident has a safe place to go. Normally, our Salvation Army Inclement Weather Center opens later in November. They have actually ramped up their open time. So they are opening ahead of their usual season so that folks can stay warm as temperatures drop in the evenings. And this work can only happen when we all come together. Community, city government, nonprofits, our faith partners, all rowing in the same direction. And I'm really grateful to also our Salvation Army and all of the local partners who have made this possible. Also really grateful for Caritas. A couple of weeks ago, we did another announcement, another great example of the region coming together. In recent years, sometime during the winter, the capacity of our inclement weather shelter has been really tapped. It's been stretched. And so we now have additional partners with Caritas that are funded by the region. Richmond, Henrico, Chesterfield, and Hanover coming together to equip Caritas to step into that gap. And so when we have exceeded capacity at the Salvation Army Center, we have Caritas that'll step in and have additional 60 beds for surge capacity when the weather gets bad, and that will run from December through the end of March. Again, really grateful to the region for helping make that happen. I think these partnerships reflect what it means to be a city that takes care of its people. And when we really band together to help our residents thrive, this is what it looks like, people coming together. One other announcement I'd like to make, we know that financial times are difficult. And so the city of Richmond, effective November 1st, is suspending disconnections for non-payment of utilities. So that'll last for the month of November so far. And so please know if you have had a hard time paying your utility bills, we will suspend disconnections, we will maintain your connection, and we will work with you to create a payment plan. We are also suspending late fees for the month of November. And we ask any residents who are having difficulties staying on top of bills, paying their utility bills, to call us at 804-626-5420. And again, we will work with you to establish a payment plan, and then we will send you to resources that will help with utility payments like the MetroCare Water Assistance Program. So please let us know if that's something that you all need help with. All right, lastly, I want to end with this. The strength of our city and our region does not come from the work of any single department or organization. It comes from us. It comes from this, people and communities showing up together, serving together, caring for our neighbors together, bound by the belief that when one of us struggles, we all have a role to play. I think this is what Dr. Martin Luther King meant when he talked about the beloved community. That I believe Richmond is becoming that beloved community, a community where everyone is cared for, everyone is connected, where everyone has the opportunity to contribute and to thrive. You know, this is the city that I fell in love with 25 years ago when I moved here to go to med school, the city that I planted roots in and raised a family in, and I continue to believe in because I've seen the power of what happens when community comes together. And so let's keep at it. Let's keep showing up. Let's keep showing up for one another and keep building that beloved community. I really do believe this shutdown will end at some point. It has to. But in the meantime, we are going to band together and be a community that cares for one another and loves one another deeply. Thanks so much.
Good morning, everyone. First, thank you so much to Mayor Avula for his leadership in bringing together this incredible group of people, all of whom stand together, as the mayor said, on behalf of our families and our children. I'm here to say a few words about what we are doing at Richmond Public Schools in support of our students and families. As many of you know, our motto at RPS is to teach and to lead and to serve with love. And that means more than just teaching reading and writing and math and art and all of the subjects. It also means that we step into the breach when our students and our families need it. And we did that during the pandemic, and we will continue to do it today and forever. Towards that end, our extraordinary team in partnership with the city and with Feed More, who, again, I can't also say enough about, they've been fabulous partners. We have set up the RPS Love Market at Clark Springs Elementary, which will be open today, November 14th and November 21st from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. It is in essence a mini grocery store that is available to RPS families, but those who are in greatest need. We only have enough capacity for about 300 to 400 families on each of these days, and so we ask families, if you believe that you are one of those in greatest need, to please reach out to us. The email address is careandSafety@rvaschools.net. Again, careandSafety@rvaschools.net. Or you can tell your school principal and they will make sure to look into it for you and get you set up if in fact you do need those services. Last, I'll just say that we are so grateful for all of the partnership that we have received. Feed More, the city, and so many others. We are truly grateful and look forward to supporting our kids and our families over the coming days. Thank you.
Thanks so much, everybody. We appreciate you being here today, and we will conclude.
Thank you all so much for your work this week and your help, and I know you've done you've done a lot of walking and passing out flyers, so thank you. Yes, yes, now we're officially friends. Yes, exactly. Thank you to Kim.